man. So anyway, that's some surveillance footage of Rudy Giuliani being slapped. He was slapped in the back by an employee of a ShopRite grocery store out in Staten Island. That's been making the rounds. Everyone's been seeing this video going around after Rudy Giuliani did talk about how horrific it was and what also went down. So there's been a lot of talk about how horrific it was versus maybe how mild it was. We're gonna get into that, but first, I wanna get into Rudy Giuliani's explanation of what happened and what could have happened if things went sideways. That's why, let's listen to him.
I come out of the men's room, a group of people are around me, hugging me, kissing me, telling me Andrew's great. And all of a sudden, I feel a shot on my back, like somebody shot me. I went forward, but luckily I didn't fall down. Lucky I'm a 78-year-old who's in pretty good shape. Because if I wasn't, I'd have hit the ground and probably cracked my skull. And then I look around and the guy says words I can't repeat. You effing whatever. And then he goes on and on and on, yelling and screaming. He moves away, yelling and screaming things like, you're going to kill babies. Your people are going to kill not babies. You're going to kill women. You're going to kill women. He looked either drunk or high. He works for ShopRite. And I thought to myself, I might have ordinarily ignored it. I said to myself, I'm going to have this guy arrested because this is going on too damn much. I mean, suppose I was a weaker 78-year-old and I hit the ground, cracked my skull and died. He wouldn't have known the difference. And these Democrats get away with everything.
Oh, so that's it. These Democrats get away with everything. So here's some details of what happened. We're gonna get into his explanation some more too, though. So he was there campaigning for his son, Andrew Giuliani, who's running for governor, I believe, of the entire state. So this is what Andrew said. He's doing fine, but it's a sad day when New York's greatest crime fighter, America's mayor, is attacked. I blame the left wing for encouraging violence. This is crazy. It's almost like they had this whole talking point together. He and his father, he said his father was in good spirits and even quipped that I ran into the only person who was not voting for Andrew Giuliani. Oh yeah, sure, that's what it was. So police also said, sources said police took the assailant into custody at the store. And the suspect, whose name is Daniel Gill, who's 39 years old, he's from Staten Island. He was charged with second-degree assault involving a person over age 65. Gill has no prior arrests, is what sources also said. And there was a witness there. Her name is Rita Rigova Johnson, and she told the New York Post that she was stunned to see this attack. I was shoulder to shoulder with Rudy inside ShopRite. We were talking, and all of a sudden an employee came out of nowhere and open-handedly slapped him on the back and said, hey, what's up, scumbag? The grocery store chain also said in a statement that it's aware of the incident and that the company had zero tolerance for aggression towards anyone. Two things. That woman who witnessed it said that the employee came out of nowhere. I get the feeling he came out of the grocery store because he was working there. Again, there's a lot of sensational talk here because I'm landing somewhere in the middle, Jackson. There's a lot of sensational talk that's making me then go, calm down. Because we're talking about cracking skulls, hitting the ground. If I was a feeble 78-year-old, I would have been dead. Look at these Democrats sending this grocery store worker coming to talk to me. Because he consulted with Joe Biden right before he went to talk to you when you showed up at his grocery store and called you a scumbag. Oh my God, the aggression is horrific. It's almost like worse than January 6th, huh? Because that was just a walk in the park, I heard from everybody that want to follow up on that.
Well, I mean, luckily for him and all the rest of us, he's a macho alpha. If he was a normal 78-year-old, then that he said he felt like he got shot. You know what I'm saying? So he really took one. So luckily for us, but like we were talking about over break. Every time I see Giuliani, I just think of decisions, because if he would have just rolled off into the sunset after his his time as mayor of NYC came to an end, then he wouldn't be, his brand and his name wouldn't be so laughed at. We wouldn't be talking about him right now, and he would be doing just fine. But some people, they just can't quit that attention. They can't quit that pursuit of power. But I certainly don't feel sorry for him because his name will get drugged through the mud even more in the days ahead.
Since we're talking about old elderly New Yorkers that are shoved and could crack their head on the concrete, there was this guy in Buffalo during the summer protests that Buffalo police shoved. He landed on his back, head bounced off the concrete, had bleeding and was in the hospital. I remember what Rudy Giuliani and conservatives were saying about that. It wasn't, how could they do this? attacking an elderly gentleman who's just out there exercising his First Amendment rights. But no, it's only when it's Rudy Giuliani. You see the scenario we put together?
Well, he's important.
Powerful. The important people are the ones that you can't do anything to. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and be on record here. No, I don't think the employee should have gone up and slapped him on the back, because it was a little of a, hey, buddy, don't forget you're accessible to me. I think that was the point of him saying, hey, you're in open space. I can get to you. I think that was an unsaid part about that, which maybe could freak out Rudy Giuliani. There's a problem though. The rest of the country doesn't feel very safe anywhere that they go either. And our elected representatives, you know what they give us? 2 big middle fingers when it comes to that. So maybe that's why people are more upset with you. And then you're going off talking about how you need to stop this because the liberals' agenda, they're pushing this 39-year-old grocery store worker to come and attack me. By the way, if he fell, he was surrounded by people hugging him, remember? Hugging and kissing him. They would have caught you, Rudy. They would have caught you.